So hey guys, this is my Draw My Life. I wasn't planning to do something like this, but I felt I had to share this information with a lot of people. So here it goes. By the way, my name is Jen Laji, but people in my school usually just call me Psycho. I wasn't fitting in that well in my school because I wasn't really popular and I didn't know what it was that made people cringe when they saw me. They'd usually call me names like loser and weirdo, and it actually made me really sad. In fact, my only friend, and actually my best friend in that school, was my guidance counselor. Her name was Miss Psych. She was the one who actually referred me to talk to an actual psychologist to see what my problem was. She said it's probably about my personality, so she told me to go to Casa and McRae. Casa and McRae is a really good clinic, and it was highly recommended by Miss Psych. I didn't know what it was about it, but she seemed really excited about it for me to go there. They apparently came up with something called the Big Five. It's a list of 5 traits which aims to describe the overall personality of a person. So the doctor came in, and I immediately asked him, "What's wrong with me, doc?" Because I really didn't know what to do with myself. He told me to calm down and then told me that he was about to use the Big Five on me. So I was like, what's the Big Five? He summarized it for me in 5 simple letters: ocean, openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. After taking the test, he showed me my results and I was sweating so much. He told me my score in openness and it was low, meaning I am a bit close-minded, and it's true. I hate trying anything new, and I love keeping things the way they are. Like in a new school year, I really hate it when our classes shuffle because I was already used to my old one, and in fact, I've used the same pen for 10 years. Doc tried to tell me to be more open to new experiences and try new things, which would then give me a high score in openness and maybe I'd fit in school more. I guess that's really something I really had to work on, so I wouldn't be bullied as much. The next aspect was conscientiousness, and drumroll please, I scored high in this aspect. It meant that I am a very organized person, always punctual and careful about my belongings. I like to keep my things neat, and you wouldn't see a single object out of place in my room. I thought about it, and maybe it's why I didn't fit in. Never being fashionably late and all, which is what would have merited a low score in this aspect, being late and always losing things. Next, he showed me my result for E, extroversion. My heart raced and then stopped when I realized I am definitely an introvert because I love my alone time and I hate being the center of attention. But then the doctor told me I was an extrovert, and it was the most shocking thing I've ever heard. I'm definitely not the type to socialize and be outgoing, and I hate parties. And then he told me, "Oh, I just read it wrong. You're definitely an introvert." Maybe that's something I would change, but not now. Next, he talked to me about agreeableness, and I surprisingly scored high here. I was apparently a generally friendly and pleasant person to be with. Although I have very little actual friends, my guidance counselor, Miss Psych, adores my company, which, to be completely honest, made my day. Although I highly doubted I would score low because I wasn't particularly a grumpy and hard to get along with individual, which is what it would be. Lastly, we had N, neuroticism, the moment of truth. I could hear it already, and finally Doc told me I scored high. My heart dropped. Because that meant I'm a moody and anxious worrier. Obviously, I guess you can see from my Draw My Life, the way I was so worried about every single result from every single letter. Otherwise, scoring low meant I am a calm and even-tempered person, which I'm not. Something I have to work on, I guess. Because That would probably help me really fit in school. This trip to the clinic though really helped me because after it, I changed my personality, trying to be more outgoing and a little more sociable with my peers. I made a couple of new friends, and so I guess life turns out the way you want it anyway. The doctor also told me that the big five are not interdependent, meaning one trait does not necessarily affect the other. So just a quick recap of the big five. We have a very simple acronym for it, which is OCEAN, OCEAN, for openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and lastly, neuroticism. All of which are actually the basic traits which determine the personality of a person. So I guess that's my life, guys. Thanks for watching my life. Then